Lau Kar-leung's ashes, Master Lau's ashes, were stolen. They were stolen from Po Fook Hill. Hi. Who exactly are these individuals, these people who stole the ashes? I believe that the police have already determined and identified who they are, in fact. Is there really no law? I know about your connection to Cambodia, so I've analyzed it with the police. What if you arrest him? If you arrest him, at most he'll be charged with stealing from 2 columbarium. Only a few $1,000s, right? It can be called lawless. How can they be so blatant? Every day they are saying they want to dig up Master Lau's grave. Are you just trying to make me aware? I already know. Please don't disturb Leslie Chung. Yung Ching Ching's Dangerous Person 2.0. Thank you everyone for being here today at Dangerous Person 2.0. And thank you all for your continued and unwavering support for so long. I don't know how to begin to tell you all about this matter. Because besides myself, I also have to consider the feelings of others who are in the same situation as me, especially when it's a very big issue. How should I start? I think this way. I'll tell you, the simplest and most straightforward way to put it is that Lau Kar-leung's ashes, that is Master Lau's ashes, were unfortunately stolen. They were stolen from Po Fook Hill, which is a well-known and respected resting place. The date this occurred. This period was specifically between the months of May and August in the year 2025, marking the time frame that is being discussed here. I will tell you the whole story, describing everything that happened, from the very beginning all the way to the end. My heart is beating very fast right now. I'm sorry, just let me catch my breath for a moment. I have never told anyone. This is the first time I'm telling it. Okay. This is what happened. Around the end of August, I received a call from Po Fook Hill. A staff member from Po Fook Hill told me, they said, Master Lau's ashes have indeed been stolen. Can you please agree to allow the police to open the plaque of the niche to take a look? My first reaction was, this call must definitely be a scam. I mean, who would seriously steal ashes? Master Lau's ashes have no valuable burial items, nothing of value. How could anyone steal Master Lau's ashes? I wasn't in Hong Kong at the time. I said, you must have encountered a scam. Then the staff member said, no, it's real. I said, on what basis do you think it's real? I said, do you know how many of these scam calls there are? I actually wanted to hang up, but he said, no, it's real. I asked, okay, how do you know it's real? Did you call back to ask this police officer or the person contacting you to leave their number for you so you could call them back? Did you verify if this was a police number? He said, I did. I verified they were police. I said, all right, please give me the number now, please. I got the police officer's phone number. And I went to call the number. At that time, I still thought this must be a scam. As a result of calling, I started to feel that this matter was really bad. When I started to speak, I was actually in the mindset that the police were fake, okay? Until he asked me, he said, are Master Lau's ashes in 2 rectangular boxes? Big ones? 2 rectangular boxes with his name on them. At this point, I knew it was real. Why? Because Master Lau's ashes are not the usual round, small ones. In fact, these are actually round, small ones. Typically, after cremation, a person's body will turn into very fragmented bone fragments. The usual practice in Hong Kong is to take these fragmented bone fragments and grind them into ashes. So the quantity is even smaller. And of course, not 100% of the original amount is returned to you. So it's roughly the size of a packet. It's about this big, just to give you an idea. A normal person's packet is actually like this. So it can fit into a vessel, like a soup pot. It's sufficient. But Master Lau's ashes were exceptionally numerous. It was about the size of a standard apple crate. So they were divided into 2 urns. Why so much? It's because at that time, Master Lau's cremation at Poland Monastery was handled by me and a monk. 2 people were responsible for his cremation. sandalwood was used. I participated with a monk in cremating him. After his cremation was finished, it took 1 to 2 days to let it cool down. Then we ourselves collected the bones. At that time, Mark was also present for the bone collection. I also physically felt through the ashes with my hands. Wherever I felt bone, I put it into the box. Then we took 2 boxes and put them directly in. So the form, and we knew the quantity. When the police told me, were there 2 boxes, large boxes, rectangular, with a name? I already knew it was a big deal. I asked you, how did you know? He said they were photos provided by the person who stole the ashes. Then there was nothing more to say. He then asked me, are you willing for us to open this tombstone to look? I said, of course I'm willing. I said, if we don't open it to look, we will never know if they were truly stolen. At the end of August, that afternoon, the police and the staff of Po Fook Hill did indeed open the tombstone. That tombstone is a very large one. You can imagine 15 burial spots. I had bought 15 burial spots. Master Lau's tombstone was this big. It was a marble tombstone. It was very heavy. When the police officers and the staff of Po Fook Hill arrived at the scene, they found some experts. That is, pallbearers opened the tombstone. After taking it down, they saw that the inside was in disarray. Inside each and every urn, 2 urns, one was wrapped in a yellow dharma cloth. That is a Dharani Sutra. That is a Dharani Sutra used in Buddhism to wrap a body. The other cloth was red. One was red, one was yellow. Those 2 dharma cloths had been crumpled and stuffed into one of the compartments. You can see this is for 15 burial spots. Because these boxes were relatively large, the middle was opened up to fit 2 boxes inside. The other ones were original, like this. Meaning they stole 2 boxes, then put back 2 dharma cloths. Then you'll see there's a program booklet. The program booklet was from the day of Master Lau's funeral, printed for the public as a souvenir. That wasn't taken. At the time, the police asked me if there were any other valuable items inside. I had already told the police that inside were 2 urns wrapped in dharma cloths, plus a program booklet and a note. At that particular moment, as I was in the process of closing this tombstone, I had actually written a note. In fact, this particular note is now missing. This is what I wrote on the note. If you see this note, please, you must be a grave robber. Inside this tomb, there's no money in this burial spot. There are no valuable burial items. So I hope you won't take the ashes from inside. I also included in this note an introduction to Master Lau's life. Of course, I also put the program booklet inside. If you are here to rob graves, you can take the program booklet to read. Of course, they didn't take it, but they took the note. Don't ask me why I left such a note. Perhaps it was indeed a premonition after all. Honestly, this tombstone wouldn't be opened. Who would open a burial spot? If opened, they likely had ill intentions. They must be a grave robber. Regardless, this note was stolen. At the time, I had asked the police and also asked the staff of Po Fook Hill, how could such a large tombstone be removed to steal the items inside? Were there no traces left? No sounds? It's impossible for one person to move such a heavy tombstone. There must have been more than 3 people. First, the tombstone is very heavy. You have to go through a process to remove it. Second, 2 very large urns. This location is on the mountainside in a remote elevated area. After you take the 2 urns, carry them away. You can't carry both at once because they are very large. You need at least 2 people to carry the urns away. I believe this crime was committed by 3 or more people. The police agree with my assessment. As for why Po Fook Hill didn't know, apparently after these people took the tombstone containing ashes, they replaced the tombstone plaque. And the edges of these tombstones were just sealed with silicone sealant. This means the thieves scraped off the silicone sealant, then unscrewed 4 screws, moved the tombstone down, and then put it back. They didn't reseal the silicone sealant, but they did clean up the scene. This means that when the cleaning staff came to work the next morning, you wouldn't see silicone all over the floor. They cleaned up everything. Even more unfortunate news is that because it was done so well, not only were Master Lau's ashes stolen, but others as well. I couldn't speak about it for a long time. because I didn't want to cause public panic. I cooperated with the police and didn't say anything, hoping they could solve the case during that time. However, based on my analysis and the ongoing updates of this matter, Master Lau's ashes are likely irrecoverable, including those of others as well. Before I continue, if your family members are in the same location, I hope you will remain calm. Don't immediately rush to the site. I really want to share with you what my current state of mind is. My heart is beating fast. I need to pause first. My heart is beating very, very fast. First, I'll say to the kidnapper, I will not shed a single tear. The police have already asked me, will I pay a ransom? Let me tell you, I will not. A ransom? Why would I give it to you? If I give it to you, wouldn't that just encourage you to do more of these things? The police said the reason not to disclose was to prevent people from imitating it. But more than one incident has already occurred. By speaking about it, we can all be more vigilant. Wouldn't that be good? How do I feel about it? If you cannot change this reality, you can only change your own perspective. Master Lau was a heroic figure in movies, starring in many films about heroes and chivalrous figures. If a man goes to war for his country, sacrificing himself for the nation, many times their bodies cannot be recovered. This is the reality, so I can only see it this way. As someone who sacrificed themselves on the battlefield for the country. And speaking of Buddhism, how do we view the deceased body? We can follow the example of Venerable Yin Yung. Venerable Yin Yung was a highly virtuous monk. At the time of her passing, she said, I don't want a funeral, I don't want anything. She donated her body to the University of Hong Kong as a body donor for anatomy. The body was dissected for a year, used for medical purposes. After that, it was cremated and the ashes scattered. So, is the body that important? No. By that time, everything will be clear. When it's my turn to go, when I die, I don't want any funeral services. No need. Just be released directly from the hospital. If my current husband, Mr. Ho, is willing to donate my body for medical use, he has already said no to this. So if we follow his wishes, I will be cremated and my ashes scattered to nourish all things. Scattered in the garden, that's it. No need for anyone to pay respects. It's the same principle. I persuade myself, I tell myself to listen. My children have all emigrated abroad. Master Lau's ashes remain here. Invisibly, everyone has a responsibility to pay respects. And you can't fulfill your filial duty by visiting frequently during the spring and autumn festivals. You would definitely go. Mark Houghton, his disciple, is getting old. His legs are not very strong anymore. One day, the disciples won't be able to go either. It will become a lonely grave. Rather than that, our lives have all turned a new page. It would be better to let this matter finally come to an end. This is how I think. What else can you think about? So why did something like this happen? What has changed in my life that something like this would happen? That's what I think. March of last year, I talked about Master Dong Hong eating meat. My life underwent a tremendous change, and I kept receiving a lot of advice. For example, people told me, could you not report on the Master Dong Hong incident? Because there are huge financial interests involved here. I disrupted a very, very big plan. There were even listed companies. Yes, listed companies. The chairman of a listed company went to Macau to find me and asked me to meet with Sister Choi, Big Sister Choi. He arranged for Sister Choi from the Fujin gang to have dinner with me. We all know who she is. I said, no, I'd rather not. Since I've already spoken out and I don't agree with this master, I've already said what I needed to say. There's no way I can go back on that. Besides, I know this master has a lot of elderly people's wills in his hands. If they pass away, their assets will be donated to him. I think these donors should have the right to know and reconsider. Do you still want to donate to him? So no matter what, I absolutely refuse. And of course, you all know Mrs. Yung from Wing Lai Yuan. She tried to scare me and actually spent several months on it. Sintu spoke to me very nicely, telling me to go have a meal with Elisa Yu, and said she was very close with Sister Choi, meaning she wanted us all to sit down and have a meal together. I refused. Later it escalated to her telling me, hey, this Elisa Yu is not a good person. If you don't go and settle this matter, she would write a book to smear me and report to the National Security Bureau, accusing me of being an American spy. And then she even said she would hold a press conference to expose my so-called dark secrets. This press conference, actually, everyone is quite familiar with it, especially recently. Yu Li-san held a so-called press conference in Guangzhou, insisting on claiming that Leslie Chung actually had a son and even a grandson. She also said that Leslie Chung's partner, Mr. Tong, was a terrible person. She held this press conference with mainland reporters present, but no one reported what she said because it was all fake. All right, similarly, using a press conference to threaten me and force me to give in. Let me show you. This is the leverage they are attempting to use. Basically, what they're telling me is if you refuse to meet, if you refuse to settle, then this press conference, this press release, I've already written it all out and I am prepared to release it. But honestly, I don't care about them. Do whatever you want. Then they said they would come back to me again, Mrs. Young said. I already cancelled it. Here, listen for yourself.
I cancelled at the press conference because there was just too much going on inside, way too much to talk about, and honestly, it all felt a bit overwhelming. I didn't think it was very good, and as for that place, what does it really have to do with me anyway? I don't even know the whole story. It's just a hassle, so I didn't want to attend, so I already cancelled. Actually, a big part of the reason I cancelled was because of you. As for this Yulisha, if you really get the chance, you should have a chat with her because when she talks, she really just says whatever she wants. And there are some things she does that make me feel like I have to. How should I put this? I don't even know how to explain it to you. Let me just tell you, Yulisha is dangerous. Back then, when she spoke, I might not be able to control her, might not be able to stop people from talking. She knows a lot for some reason, and honestly, I can't be bothered. If she says something later, you'll think I'm saying one thing and doing another. It's just so unfair, but anyway, you have to trust me.
She said, I've already cancelled it. Look, I've helped you. I've done my best to stop this person. These people are so shady, like ghosts, and when she gets the angriest, I've already told her, everything you're doing is threatening me. Because in Hong Kong, this is called intimidation, isn't it? It's not just about money. If you use this kind of coercion to force someone not to do something they should be doing, that's intimidation. Or if it's something they originally didn't have to do but are forced to do, that's called intimidation, isn't it? So, of course, I blocked him. After I blocked him, things escalated even further, just as you might expect. You can see that these people really started going all out, even buying special segments on certain online platforms, 10 episodes in total, and every single one of them was about attacking me. The main thing they kept bringing up was the incident where Lawyer Lam fell to his death at the place where I lived. And from time to time, they would dig up some of my old movie stills, sometimes choosing some of the more revealing or sexy ones in particular, or even use certain promotional cover photos as a way to threaten me. Of course, before they released these things, they also went through different channels. Like, for example, on Facebook, they would say things like, oh, I have these photos of you. My story has always been very transparent and open. Honestly, if people accept me for who I am, they accept me. If they don't, then they simply don't. Trying to threaten or scare me like this is completely useless and ineffective. Even before I did this video today, my Wikipedia page was being crazily and repeatedly edited by people. In these past few days, a lot has happened, and it has been quite overwhelming at times. Why did it turn out like this? And it's not just that either. A lot more has happened, to put it simply. Ever since Master Lau's ashes were stolen, after I found out about the theft. This is Elisa Yu, and she's a criminal. She has already been to jail for 8 months before, specifically because of fraud and for writing bad checks. And of course, there are several other things. She's been a defendant in court, declared bankrupt, and she's still bankrupt now. I understand you need money, but there are proper and honest ways to earn a living. So after I found out that the ashes had been stolen, at that time, Elisa Yu continued to make use of her online platform on a regular basis to repeatedly say the following things.
So let me tell you, I truly have boundless patience to bring up your Zhao Xiaoru as an example. Now, which family are you laundering money with? And then, furthermore, there's still the matter of the Buddha mother. You, let's put it very bluntly, you want to take advantage of me at absolutely zero cost. Well, I can also deal with you at zero cost. Why not? Why wouldn't I? I've already made it very clear to you all. I've said it beforehand. I've already told you, and I want to emphasize again, I will not tolerate any of this. Not now, not ever. I have the motherland standing firmly behind me, so I don't need to play favorites at all. Now, can you tell me, how exactly are you going to explain yourself to Leslie, to Danny, to Lam Kit Ying, and also to Chen Baolian? That poisonous queen of yours isn't dead yet. Honestly, I'm so incredibly angry I could just explode. You lot are really pushing me. It's you who are absolutely forcing me. Because now, one by one, they're being dug up. Who's going to be next? Some things are just far too outrageous. You, old man, I'm going to dig you up first. Driven by righteous anger. None of you can escape, not even the Char Siu. You're all going down together. Now, whether it's that Yung Ching Ching of yours or the old man, wow, the old man is doomed. His misdeeds are endless. Just wait, October 9th. Earth-shattering news, just you wait and see. Look at you, look at your kind, just like that Lau Kar-leung, exactly the same way. I made it clear. I said it months ago. I already said it. Absolutely impartial, completely fair. Now it's my turn, truly. So impressive. I'm a bit more straightforward. Like I said, I'm completely and absolutely impartial. I made it very clear. I made it clear. Wing Tanki, let me tell you again, I'm absolutely impartial.
If you keep making little moves like this, but look, your approach with the third one, look, I'm not against you.
Even your mom, none of us can oppose her.
I'm saying
no one can really stop me. Drinking star since kid. Yeah, Tanki. This doesn't represent Ray Mac's opinion, but I will definitely do it. Absolutely impartial, just watching you. I already told you, you just didn't believe me that time. I said, if I want to dig up bones, I'll go all the way like Lau Ka-leung. I won't sleep. I'll dig up your mom, Chu Xiu Yu, while she's sleeping. How many people has your mom used dirty money with? What kind of person are you? You've already harmed a lot of people, haven't you? I've already made it clear I'm digging up whichever corpse I want.
So have you seen these days, huh? They keep saying things like this over and over. Earlier, they said they wanted to dig up my mother's grave. After my mother passed away this February, they've constantly been saying things that are like rubbing salt into my wounds. They keep talking about my mom, saying things like, your mom deserved to die, and I want to dig up your mom and whip her corpse. After all the security measures were strengthened, the incident with Master Lau still occurred. All the CCTV cameras near Master Lau's ashes were vandalized, and very close to the exact spot where his ashes were placed, a section of wire mesh was also torn apart. It is believed that the thief entered and exited through that spot. During this time, he kept reminding me about the ashes being secretly stolen, but I didn't react. When he saw I didn't respond, I think you should pay attention to what comes next.
look, With the way you're currently doing things, I'm not against you. Your mom, we can't oppose her either. I'm just saying no one can stop you.
No one can stop me.
Ever since I was young.
Drank Star Brand as kid.
Let me say, I can't stop you from doing these things, but when you do these things, he won't feel any pain. He really won't feel any pain? Actually.
When you listen to this part, the male host, his name is Raymond Wong, but his real name is Chung Hang. He says, hey, you don't even need to say anything. He doesn't react. He doesn't care, right? All along, he's been giving me so much information because he sees that I haven't said anything, haven't made a sound. Is it because he's afraid I don't know? Is it because he's afraid the police don't know? Is it because he's afraid Po Fook Hill hasn't notified me? Is it that you want to remind me to go take a look? I think either you're involved or you're just a useless teammate. But if you really have no idea and you keep talking like this and you even start talking about my mom, then it becomes very clear, very obvious that you're actually talking about Master Lau.
What Artan says now doesn't represent Raymond's opinion. I'll definitely dig no matter what, even if there's a corpse watching you. I already told you that time, you just didn't believe me. I said I want the bones all the way, Lau Ka-leung. I won't sleep.
Is it really true that Wong Fat isn't involved? I know about your connections with Cambodia. You guys always brag about it, saying how close you are with the military in Cambodia and Myanmar, and how you used to be the only war correspondent from Hong Kong over there. But you're not a war correspondent. Because we all know the names of Hong Kong's war correspondents, and you're not one of them. But since you're coming out and claiming you have such good connections with Cambodia, is that right? So this makes people feel a bit surprised, like why is that? So who exactly are these people stealing the urns? I believe the police already have a handle on it. Around, let's say, the 23rd month of 2025, in Korea, the police issued a report and discovered that several Chinese tourists, specifically men from mainland China, went to a temple on Jeju Island in Korea and stole 6 urn niches. And they demanded a ransom of $2 million US. Later, the police used the CCTV footage that hadn't been destroyed and kept tracking the case. Eventually, within about a 1-kilometer radius of the temple, in the nearby hills, they searched day and night until they found the 6 urns buried by the 2 Chinese thieves. As everyone knows, recently in Korea, there have also been scams by Cambodian fraud groups. There are a lot of victims, as I'm sure you've all seen. So are all these people connected to this group? I think they are, and let me tell you why. This red notice is now issued by Interpol. They've put out a red notice to catch these people. According to the report, it says that these offenders, after stealing and selling the ashes, of course they wouldn't take the urns with them. They sold them locally, about 1 kilometer from the crime scene, on a hillside. After that, they took a flight to Hong Kong. Then from Hong Kong, they went on to Cambodia. It's believed that after arriving in Hong Kong, they committed this case, or perhaps several of the Po Fook Hill thefts. Whether there are other places involved is still unknown, but the ones who got robbed were all celebrities. I can't say their names because that wouldn't be right. If their names are to be mentioned, it should come from their own families. But what's strange is that all of these people's names were mentioned on the same online platform. They were specifically named there. All right, so the way these people actually committed crimes in Korea was that they would take your ashes and then carefully bury them in some nearby hills or small mountains. Even the police told me to just give up hope. Why? Because, as you know, there have been typhoons lately, heavy rain, and all sorts of things. If those 2 urns were buried using the same method on the hills near Man Fat Monastery by Po Fook Hill, they would definitely have been washed away by the heavy rain. There's no way to find them now, so the chances of recovering them are very slim. And as for the others, they were handled the same way. There's no way they would have carried them around. Did you take those urns to Cambodia? The police asked me if I would pay hush money. I don't know where I heard it, but it was 60 million. I don't remember where I heard that number, so I can't be sure about it. I wouldn't even give $6. My heart is pounding. I will not, in this situation, give a single cent for ransom. Any money I have, I would use to help the living. Any money I have, I would use to honor Master Lau and our relationship, to help people of the same age. Master Lau passed away at the age of 76. That's why I said I wanted to, at Lang Wah Hotel, hold a 1,000 years feast. People over 75 years old will all eat for free, my treat. The reason is, I'd rather take care of the elderly by letting them eat than pay ransom. Let me tell you, you recently said on your show that you wanted to kill me, didn't you? Mr. Chung Hang said that if I want to kill someone, I will make sure they die. I also made a video to just respond to you in a lighthearted and humorous way. But if you're thinking of kidnapping or whatever, even if you caught me, even if you captured me, the whole family's rule is not to pay ransom. Let me be clear. Don't even think about it. This is the rule. Not a single cent will be paid. But if you kill me, your most important target will also be to kill Sean. Of course, if you only have him left, he will be sad, upset. But if you only have him left, he will also do everything he can. His entire life's energy and all his abilities to bring you down. He won't let you go. If you kill me, you'd better kill him too. It's the same the other way around. It would be harder to kidnap me, capture me, or kill me. I don't go out often. And I do have my own personal security. So you go after Master Lau, is that it? So you say you want to dig up my mother's grave, is that it? Is that right? You all know exactly how to target the people I truly cherish, indeed. The people around me, right? How many media platform hosts suffered attacks after talking about Master Tang Hung, including YouTube channel Mango Directions. Everyone around me, anyone who has spoken about this, who has tried to help me investigate this case, even at that time we considered the well-known Abby Choi. Her body probably still hasn't been found yet. A few days before she was murdered, she went to Te Shan Monastery. Of course, Chen Kam Yi said some things. At that time, notable figures such as Dean Seo, Big Brother B, Mac Lo, a group of us said, why don't we just, since everyone is saying this, let's go near Luke Wu Chingsha in Lantau Island and see if any supernatural events happen. Now let's look at this matter. So Hong Kong has become this scam base for Cambodian scam syndicates. They've bought a whole building and 2 listed companies. And they've opened insurance companies. And charities, do you think they don't have any? There is also a charity organization in this case. Within one day, on the day the company was established, and the next day they got a charity license. Others can talk about this. I don't want to take too long. My heart is beating very fast. I won't let you succeed. Don't think that as I'm talking now, I'll have a heart attack. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas will protect me. I haven't finished my work yet. I haven't eliminated you demons yet. I won't die. In one day, you get an 88 license charity license. You can't apply for it in years. The company was established and got a charity license the next day. Charity organizations are used for laundering black money. Hong Kong has been unwilling to legislate for charity organizations, while the whole world legislates. There are charity regulators. Check if your money is used for money laundering. Charity organizations are the easiest to exploit for money laundering. You open a bank account, then find a respected master, Taoist priest, or priest. Priests are a bit harder, pastors like that, meaning there's no unified supervision. They suppress you. Then after starting a charity, these people create an image of being righteous and respectable. You have to build a persona. It takes more than 10 or 20 years. You have to cultivate a socialite. I wear expensive watches, rings, wear famous brand, nice clothes, drive luxury cars, use designer handbags, attend many such events, take many photos, French models. These major magazines also put me on the cover. All of it is fake, bought, and then used to deceive others. Next, there will be many investors. Many people will believe him. It's the same for religion. You can find people and cultivate them. Wow, this master, this abbot, Miss Abbott, why is it like this? Opening an account will be much easier. Now, opening an account requires thorough due diligence. They will search online and see, wow, this person is on Forbes. Oh, he's one of the top 10 richest people in the world. Wow, a charity organization. Donates tens of millions every year. These are all used to build a persona. Building a persona requires a long time and a lot of money. Then many of those e-wallets, those properties, those accounts are all held by these people. If you go and destroy someone's long-established persona, you're in big trouble. Carrot and radish soup. I was also threatened, and it was a public threat. Why must it be public? It's very simple, because the security guards my husband hired for me screen all my social media information. A staff member has to review it. They need to know why someone is contacting me. Only then will my secretary have the opportunity to be informed. And then, after inquiring with Mr. Ho, it will be relayed to me. So you cannot contact me directly. The people in the world who can contact me directly are only those 10 or 8 people. You can't find me, so you have to contact me through these public announcements. And say, you want to drag me upstairs and boil me into carrot and radish soup? So your group has different menus. The one who is actually in charge of making soup is here, right? So isn't the current situation becoming clearer and clearer? Also, while we're at it, you eliminating my friends, or those helping me investigate cases, or thinking that we've all been to the same place, such as to Choi's ghost detective incident, and then going to look Wu Ching Sha for a seance. All these people are already victims, including Mango Directions, who talked about Demon Monk laughing in an episode. They wanted to win over Mango Directions for a long time, but couldn't, so he became a huge target of attack. On the other side, they are also cultivating their own people. You see, actually, Mrs. Yung, she's constantly looking for online platforms to give them money or help her deal with Wing Lai Yuan. Sometimes it might mean giving money, sometimes inviting them to meals and so on. Just some benefits. You see, Mrs. Yung also gave me many benefits. She often says she wants to invite me to dinner. These online radio stations have all become mature now. They've grown up. Some are willing, some just go through the motions, or give you face by airing an episode or half to scold me and speak on her behalf. It's like every time whether it's facing Wing Lai Yuan wanting to increase rent, or facing any other issues. For example, what about the Food and Environmental Hygiene Department? Or that she was scammed out of money in Shenzhen? She now has that consumption restriction order in Shenzhen. It's like bankruptcy in Hong Kong, similar. She still has to find some online platforms, magazines, and that, to clarify for her to understand. But these are usually just 1 or 2 times. So now they should be cultivating we will see some new online platforms being cultivated, or some online channels that are not so big. I think you can analyze which ones are which. I have also reminded my friends around me, these young people on online platforms, I have to tell them, don't assume someone is good just because they give you information. Think carefully about who is giving it to you. They are connected to. What do they ultimately want? You fall into their trap. They give you information, you make them famous, they start their own platform to attack you. The goal is to eliminate all the good ones. Those who do things with a conscience, after they've gotten rid of you, they will take over this YouTube ecosystem. How is it possible someone can start a YouTube channel and talk like that every day? Saying that Leslie Cheung has an illegitimate son, that Mr. Tong cheated so-and-so out of money, like that. How can you survive? I forgot to tell you, well, they said that the next one is actually Danny Chan. All of them are targeting people around me. Let's go back to Po Fook Hill. Fortunately, Leslie Cheung's ashes, as some rumors have suggested, are not actually located at Po Fook Hill. You see, this Elisa Yu, she has actually been there herself. She has also used this columbarium to achieve some of her goals. Whether she succeeded is because it was too fake. So many people didn't believe it, but of course, some people do believe it. If you go to her website and look at the comments, there are people who believe what she says. And as I mentioned earlier, I've told some young people not to easily interact with strangers anymore. Someone tells you, gives you information, acts like your friend, and then they start their own channel. And their methods are indeed incredibly despicable, such as those that are truly beneath contempt. As for these people, you need to see what their motives are. There's no substance, completely no substance, and they completely want you people to fight. They even say people are involved in drug trafficking, saying some people around me are involved in drug trafficking, and so on and so forth. If these things were actually true, if you reported them to the police, wouldn't they have been arrested by now? Sometimes things will become clear with time. However, of course, those who have reported on Master Tung Hung around me have all faced significant major issues, facing attacks from all sides. Don't underestimate the situation we are facing now at this critical moment. I don't dare to hold out hope that the government will conduct any investigations. And why is it that for so long, charitable organizations have not had a charity commissioner's office? There must be a reason for all of this. We can see on the international network political circles making donations and all sorts of things that have to go through these channels. If you regulate them too strictly, then when the water is too clear, there are no fish. They have to leave some room to be able to co-opt certain political elements. And I'm not familiar with it, but that's it. But you have to leave them some room to operate. So some things they don't enforce too strictly. Even in Hong Kong, you see that we have a particularly large number of scam calls, quite a lot. It's strange. They say there should be real name registration. Then all phone numbers should be real name registered. Can't scam phone calls be traced? Meaning they can't be traced. I have also looked into this real name registration system. It's actually like my son-in-law coming to Hong Kong. He had his passport, but he wasn't registered. He was asked to upload a copy of it online and fill it out. That's it. We, on the other hand, Hong Kong residents with ID cards are truly real name registered. Those who come from outside are actually just symbolic. That's how it is. And of course, we also see many news reports. Every time they arrest those SIM cards, it's tens of millions, hundreds of millions of cards. Anyway, to put it this way, Hong Kong has a lot. Also, Hong Kong has many large ones. I'm not saying a lot. At least from what I've seen, there are all sorts. For example, a very large catering business, such as one in the food industry, a restaurant or a banquet hall. But you know, they lose a lot of money every month. How do you know that? Because my friend helped them out for a bit, for a few months. But they can still continue to operate, losing money all along. Why is that? The catering industry mainly deals with cash, right? Depositing cash at the bank, like a temple depositing incense offerings. Well, I'm just hinting at it. I won't say anymore. Why did you wait so long to say something? It's because I'm cooperating with the police. I can't tell you to what extent the police have investigated. I can tell you one thing. You will be very disappointed. Why? You need to know that Cambodian scam groups have a very detailed division of labor. For example, in scam calls, one person calls you, then transfers you to another. They ask for your bank account. Their division of labor is detailed. Similarly, Cambodian scam groups nowadays have formed a new industry. It's about ashes. You would have seen in the news recently about Belarus, the girl was taken. She was kidnapped by KK Park. Once captured, they turned her into ashes. They cremated her body. They planned to extort tens of thousands of US dollars from her family. Only then could they reclaim her ashes. This incident, as you can see, after it was done, they returned to Cambodia. These ashes are their new industry. It's even easier because ashes don't know how to cry for help. They don't know how to run away, right? This way they can come and blackmail the ashes families, and many times people might pay. Okay, why have you endured for so long without saying anything? The reason is that the police said they needed to investigate. They would continue working on any clues they obtained. Of course, on the other hand, they also told me that they had already lost. They couldn't find the urns because the heavy rain washed them away. But I have also analyzed this. Firstly, because of the detailed division of labor, look at this matter and you analyze it. They sent some people to steal the ashes. After they stole the ashes, they didn't take them away. They buried them in Hong Kong. Then following that, you don't know who is responsible. We'll simply notify Po Fook Hill regarding some things are yours as soon as possible. I have taken them. Will you kindly notify the family for me? Let's negotiate. This is the second step. The second step, the people involved may not be the same as the first step. All right, so you catch the first person, meaning you found this person. You have already identified their identity. You've identified who left the country. When they re-enter Hong Kong, they'll be arrested. What will you charge them with? Charge them with intimidation and extortion. But they didn't do it. What can you charge them with? You can charge them with stealing the urn. You can't even charge them with burglary or criminal damage because they didn't damage your tombstone. So clever. In this case of mine, Master Lau's tombstone is very large, but it's still low. Even if it's very high, they can still do it. These are simply skilled workers. So what can you charge them with? Legally, ashes are not considered property under Hong Kong law. They are considered waste. All bodies, if they haven't been modified, for example, say it's in the horror industry. If you kill a person, and then turn them into wax figures or specimens. After this processing, the body becomes a commodity. Then you can steal this commodity, which is theft. However, ashes and bodies, according to the definition in British law, are not considered property. This means you can't charge someone for stealing ashes or a body. Unless you damage the tomb or damage something else, then it would be criminal damage or burglary. What can you charge him with for stealing an urn? Stealing the box, a box worth a few $1,000s, what sentence would that get? Do you know that recently, our Hong Kong laws, actually there are many things that are outrageous. They deliberately don't legislate. I will also have an episode that will talk about human trafficking in Hong Kong. There was a case where someone in Hong Kong met someone on Facebook and then was trafficked to a scamming compound. After being trafficked and then rescued, what can the Hong Kong government charge them with? The Hong Kong government can only charge them with fraud, deceiving them into a trip, deceiving them out of their airfare, deceiving them out of some money, that's all. They can't charge them with human trafficking. Hong Kong has been named by the UN as a center for human trafficking. This has gone on for years, but to this day, Hong Kong still has not legislated on human trafficking. A girl sold her boyfriend for 100,000 to Cambodia, nothing happened. Why is there no law? I don't know. Just like now, everyone is talking everywhere about why the entire Cambodian syndicate bought property in Hong Kong after being named by everyone. They bought property in Hong Kong and opened insurance companies. They're doing so much, even going public, and you do nothing about it. I don't understand. Legislation is possible. I hope the Legislative Council can do a little better in the future. Not only is human trafficking not legislated, but ashes are also not legislated. Macau and mainland China have crimes for desecrating bodies. You can't dig up other people's graves. You can't steal other people's ashes. But Hong Kong specifically has no legislation. Don't you find this strange? All the things without laws in Hong Kong cannot be regulated. They are all likely used by scamming groups. Hey, basically all of them. Meaning these people may have higher ups. It's possible some very capable lawyers work for them. Honestly, these are not strange. You see many lawyers who know someone has died and impersonates them to trade mortgages. Everything happens. This scamming capital, Hong Kong is truly amazing. But don't say the government isn't doing anything, etc. The government itself is being scammed. How do we account for the water incident? I really don't know what to say. So, in terms of governance, it really needs to be strengthened. So I have analyzed with the police. What happens if you catch them? You catch them. At most, you can charge them with stealing those 2 urns, which are worth a few $1,000s. Then the sentence value is based on the length of the sentence. It's all based on the value of those items. So you stole those 2 boxes, and you also stole my note. That note is even less valuable. So what can you charge them with? What kind of sanctions can they face? At most, they'll serve 2 months in prison and be out. And it will be fine for them to return. After some time, they can still come back. What about scammers? They create new identities, right? They all do this. They get IDs and crew cuts. Fat head, big ears, they're all like this. What's the use of catching them? Are there literally fake monks all over Hong Kong? They are always begging for money everywhere. Honestly, those scamming groups, the ones who steal your ashes, when they come to Hong Kong, besides stealing ashes, they can also pose as fake monks, a one-stop service. These things are all truly helpless for us. Because you see, such a big matter, and no one is investigating. Yes, as I said, we should still give credit to 01. As for 01, not only has it exposed many of these scam cases, including those phantom students, meaning mainland students, they didn't even come to Hong Kong. They study in mainland China. But at the same time, they are enrolled in private schools in Hong Kong set up by scammers, and they study here. This way, one person can have 2 identities. In the end, they can use these Hong Kong docs to apply to foreign universities. 01 exposed all of this. I also believe that 01 already knows what I'm going to talk about today. So why do I have to reveal it quickly? The reason is that 01's investigative team has already come to my door. What else can I do? They asked me if my ashes were really stolen and so on. I have 3 possible answers. First, say no. Second, admit it. Third, I have no comment. I cannot lie. So no matter how much I cooperate with the government, this matter, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Because if I lie honestly, it won't help the situation. I also don't like to lie. You can't force me. They are at my doorstep, right? And later I even knew more. It wasn't just one media outlet that knew. High eggshell porosity still lets eggs hatch. So I have no choice. I have to say it. Because why? This matter, I was following the police instructions at the time, as I was instructed to do, and did not tell anyone. Except for Master Lau's disciple, Mark. Other than my 2 daughters. I haven't told Master Lau's siblings. I also haven't told his first wife's children yet. Not yet. So if the reporters or newspapers break this story first, and then I tell them later, that would be very bad. So there's no choice. I have already notified them. By the time you see this video, I will have already notified them. And for all the other relatives and friends, I can't call everyone individually. So I have no choice but to do this. I'll say it before the media does. There's one more person who knows. After I knew that the ashes were stolen, at that time, I was also thinking I didn't consider ransom or anything like that. I thought the purpose was to use these ashes for black magic, because those who are very good at doing this kind of sorcery and know many masters. At that time, I didn't know there were others. I thought it was only targeting me, only targeting Master Lau. It was very naive. When I first received it, I was very scared. I called 2 monks. The first one was a monk from Thailand. He's the one I invite to meditation retreats every year. I invite him to the meditation camp every year. So I told him what happened. The Thai monk said, okay, we will help you chant sutras. You know, because Thai monks are from Theravada Buddhism, which is primitive Buddhism, it's simpler and has fewer rituals. That's how it is. Another one, I spoke to Master Lau Yue of Suyun Temple. Then the first thing Master Lau Yue asked me was, what are the names of your children? Please give them to me. So I gave him the names of the 6 children because Master Lau Yue was concerned. The Thai master also said that it could be a form of black magic. Someone might use it for that. I don't really understand how this black magic works, whether it harms the ancestors or their descendants. But no matter what, Master Lau Yue sincerely helped us. He helped the first wife and my 2 children, all 6 children. He performed protective rituals for them. I'm very grateful to him. So this is what's known to those involved. Of course, you all know now. But I have to say, this is lawless. How can they so openly, day after day, say they want to dig up Master Lau's grave? You're just trying to inform me. I already know. Don't go after Leslie Chung anymore. Go to Po Fook Hill. Is it because Daffy Tong holds the ashes that you hate him so much? That you have to scold him like this? I have to say this today because she explicitly stated that the next target is Danny Chan. I'll stop here. My heart is beating fast and my hands are shaking. My hands are so cold and trembling. I don't know how to continue talking. Scammers, stop doing this. Some people, you can scare them and they'll shut up. Or for those who can't shut up, you'd make carrot and radish soup, right? But some people like me, if you don't keep harassing me and making trouble for me and saying so many things on that online channel, over time, I would have forgotten that person. Is it that he's holding those little red envelopes or holding all those cash donations from mainland China? Whatever it is, I've heard there are many cash donations. From what I saw before, there was Chen Kam Yi talking about you and that virtual currency, how to transfer money. Hey, that's your business, okay? What I want to say most simply is, don't mess with Buddhism, and that's fine. You can change your identity and do other things, whatever it is. But if you use these methods to mess with me, that won't work. The reason is that some people rebel more when suppressed. The more you tell me not to, the more I will do it. Don't mention me anymore. Don't bother with me anymore. I'll forget about it, right? Even now, if I talk about the nun at Ting Wai Monastery, I speak about her very little. As for earlier things like Hawaii, I've completely forgotten them. Aren't those people smart? You don't mention it. Slowly, it loses newsworthiness. I won't mention it either, and it's over. You go and set up a bunch of online channels, then keep talking about it, right? Even the latest one discussed it. Yung Ching Ching and I wronged Master Dong Hong. She wants her dead. By doing this, aren't you just asking for trouble? Aren't you continuously bringing this up again and again? Then people will continue to remember, and it's such a big deal. Now, even the ashes are involved. You scam artists are so clever that you really know which laws to use. You should find a professional psychologist or a psychiatrist. If not, introduce Dr. Miao to you. Analyze me. Your attempts to suppress me won't work. You found someone to come to Macau to talk to me. The first person was a respected Buddhist figure. He said they were working on a very large project and asked me not to disrupt it. I always thought it was just the Land Conservation Fund. Just 1 billion. No, I didn't think of it as 1 billion. I said, wow, 1 billion. I ruined $1 billion for them. In the end, they didn't get the money. That Tomorrow Lantau project is no longer happening. You can't blame it all on me, but the end of Tomorrow Lantau happened later. Not getting the money happened earlier, so that's my fault. I thought it was just that 1 billion. Now that I know, to be honest, that people from Cambodia came to steal Master Lau's ashes, then it's really not about the conservation fund anymore. What I'm saying is, it was just 1 billion, because what we were talking about was originally hundreds of billions. Understood? When they came to talk to me then, I didn't know what we were talking about, because I didn't get into any discussion. But I can tell you, no matter how much money you give me, I won't accept it. I'm already at this age. I won't be tempted by money. This is already... But you're not from Hong Kong, so you don't know me. You don't know my history. I don't do it for money. I might do some foolish things that go against nature and reason, but that's because I follow my heart. I don't follow money. This concept, I don't think you understand. And you also wouldn't understand that we Hong Kongers have something called yi qi, righteousness, loyalty. You want to mess with me by asking me to betray my friends? How many messages did you send to threaten Big Brother B? Asking Big Brother B to betray this person and that person, how much did you offer me? To ask me to betray someone, I won't do it because we Hong Kongers have our values. We won't do such things. Of course, you try to scare me. It seems useless. You steal ashes again. I'm telling you now, this ploy of yours has already failed, okay? Finally, I want to sincerely thank the Hong Kong police. They have diligently and conscientiously investigated this matter. But constrained by the law, no matter how diligent you are, the final outcome may not be ideal. And the police officers who helped investigate are only at this level. It's about these ashes. But I also thank you very much. You are a group of very good police officers. But I also apologize to you. Because by saying this, it might cause anxiety to many people, and even cause many people to go to Po Fook Hill to check if their own ancestors' remains have been disturbed. I am truly sorry for this. But yes, I apologize. But I apologize. It's just that I'm not that great. To say it for the public good, I'm just worried that after the media reports it, Master Lau has many apprentices. I can't notify them one by one. And many relatives and friends are not in Hong Kong. I can't notify them one by one. I don't want other media outlets to reveal it. I want to say it myself first. That's why I quickly revealed this matter. Today, I won't ask you all to subscribe or like. It's not appropriate. If you want to leave a comment, thank you. If you can share the video, I hope if you have friends living around Po Fook Hill within a 1 kilometer radius, if you suspect the soil or the places where ashes are kept have something extra, or if you see Master Lau's 2 urns, because they are such large urns, these people wouldn't have taken them very far with such sincerity, either buried or placed behind the ashes urns of others in the areas behind them, or possibly hidden in the restroom. I don't know. But if you can share this with your friends who are close to you and living nearby, Please pay attention to the general area. During the period from August to October, because it's impossible to determine the exact time now, other theft cases already occurred in May. But Master Lau's case likely happened later, possibly in August. But regardless of the month, please look around your vicinity, in your living areas, especially in the Sha Tin district, around Po Fook Hill. See if there are any strange things, like soil being disturbed, or perhaps something deeply buried there. If there are, we can find more people. I think the chances will be higher. That's all I have to say. Thank you.